Previously on Dice Versa.
A few moments later, you turn out of the drift and back into the material plane. And up ahead, in the distance, you can see the prison moon of Gulta. The transponder turns green, and the guard ship pulls off and continues patrolling in an orbit around the moon.
And obviously Mishka would have his disguise on as well at this point.
Alright, yeah, so Nevessa and Mishka are in disguise, and Uko is quote-unquote manacled. As you reach the hallway that goes north, you see a pair of security robots patrolling. As you look inside the cell, you see a large caterpillar-like creature with leaf-shaped tendrils protruding from its back.
So Uko quickly turns and just breaks the manacles apart when his blade appears in his hand as he charges the nearest guard. Just...
The westernmost cell contains Ashirin, who has an iridescent blue carapace. The middle cell contains a human-sized crab creature, and the eastern cell contains a female Vesk. There's just bullets spraying at the doorway, and one of them ricochets off of the frame and just catches you right in the jugular. Oh. And you just go down and start bleeding out.
On. Go.
And as it says on, those tendrils sort of move aside to make room for them to climb onto its back.
Oh, hey! Something went right.
The warden's put a lockdown on the entire prison and called for reinforcements. She's locked herself in the slave quarters until the reinforcements arrive.
And how long till they get here?
Yeah, there you go.
He shrugged and he says, should be moments from now.
Ruh-roh raggy.
The door slides open.
Slam it shut! Slam it shut! Slam it shut!
Is it still my turn? Can I close the door?
Nope.
Shit.
The door slides open to a hail of gunfire, and Uko, one shot bounces off of the door frame.
No, not again!
But a second shot zips through the opening door and catches you for 7 damage.
How you doing, bud?
I'm at 1 hit point.
You get knocked back, but your force field flares and manages to absorb just enough of the impact to keep you on your feet.
Thank God for that temporary.
The woman in the back, who looks very well put together in a very clean and pressed uniform, she starts screaming at you. You're fools for coming here! This place will be your death! What is your sense motive, Uko? Your bonus?
Straight 0.
As you are getting nailed by this bullet and hearing this woman's scream telling you that you're going to die, it sinks in and you get shaken for a moment. So you are currently off target and you have a -2 penalty to all skill checks for 3 rounds.
Uko don't need skills.
Uko don't need skills.
He needs hit points.
Yeah.
One housekeeping question. Where's the grub train? Do we have reinforcements coming?
They're coming. I don't know how much of a reinforcement.
I know, but at this point, we need anything we can get.
You see down the hall a large shadow coming this way, being cast on the wall. So you can guess that they're probably heading this way, but they are moving very slowly.
All right, Nevessa is going to hide behind the desk, still kind of just trying to play the victim card, and is going to try and do things psychically She's going to get him the closest guard, and since she rifled through this guy's pockets and didn't take anything, she's going to use a psychic projectile to try and fling one of his possessions at the get-emmed guard.
So he has the Pulsecaster pistol and a tack lash on him.
We'll send the tack lash.
All right.
That's a 6.
Oh.
You have not practiced this too much, as it is a fairly new ability that you've unlocked. And you pull the tacklash from his hip. It comes loose with a little bit of a mental tug, and you hover it towards you and then fling it at the guard through the door. But the tacklash like unspools as it's going through midair and hits limply against the door frame and falls to the ground at Uko's feet.
Who pulled the tacklash from his hip? When I dip, you dip, we dip.
All right, she will continue to try and make herself small, curling up behind any kind of cover she can get, still trying to look like a scared victim.
And the soldier towards the back of the group, not the woman in the very back, but the one just in front of her, takes a step forward and shoulders her own rifle, aiming it down the hallway, and fires it through the door at the big dragon man who is standing there.
There's a dog too, okay?
Stop. He's already dead.
This time you are aware of them, and you are able to sort of press yourself up against the wall, and the bullet just ricochets off of the metal without hitting you. The one that's closest to you, she's actually kneeling down so the ones behind her can shoot over her head, and she also fires as the door slides open. And actually, she's close enough to you that you can take an attack of opportunity on her if you want to.
Okay, yeah, so as this closest one begins to open fire, now that Ugo's regained what composure is left in him, he's just gonna take a swing at her and hope for the best. Ugo got a 16 to hit for 15 damage.
So you are still stumbling back from the shot that you took, and you swing your sword kind of awkwardly, and it just catches the door frame and does not hit.
Damn it.
She like dodges back out of the way of your attack, which makes her shot go off target a little bit as well.
Oh my god.
And you are able to just narrowly avoid getting shot for the 100 millionth time.
You threw her off. Good job, Uko.
Now it is your turn, Uko.
I'm a swing at the get 'em chick again. I'm going full attack and a big old swing from Uko. No! Well, the first one missed and a 5, and then the second one I think missed as well with a 15. So
Both of those whiff as you try to regain your balance, stumbling back from the barrage of shots, and you start swinging before you get your feet fully underneath you. And again, you just make 2 more awkward swings in this soldier's direction, but don't manage to hit.
whoop.
Looking like a real badass out here, Ugo.
Oh yeah.
So, picked up some grenades last time. So Mishka is gonna try throwing the frag grenade Mark II, even though he's not proficient. But, you know, desperate times, baby. We gonna try. I'll aim for this corner. This one back here. 11?
You have an awkward throw with that total of 7, so we'll see which direction you accidentally throw it.
It just pulled right in front of us.
So 3 o'clock. Okay, well that actually works out for you pretty well because you overthrow it, and what happens is it just bounces off the wall and lands back more or less where you wanted it to go.
Hey.
And it explodes, a huge 15-foot explosion for 7 damage.
A whole 7 damage, baby. And then I shut the door.
Sure, yeah. I imagine that you're still holding that corpse's hand by the wrist, so
Yeah.
you just slap it against the hand scanner in the same moment that you throw the grenade, and just as you start to feel the heat from the explosion, the door slides shut, and you hear some screams of pain from the other side. A couple seconds later, the door slides right back open, and you see that guard who was second in line is now right up in your face, and she's no longer holding her rifle. Her rifle is now dangling from a strap that is across her chest, and she just goes to punch Mishka in the face with her gauntlet.
Me? Mishka.
I'm gonna give Uko a little bit of a break here.
Oh, thank God.
Also, the grenade throw probably glue your what, if any, cover you.
But I have a disguise. How do they know that wasn't a friendly grenade?
And she connects with you right in the face, Mishka. And as she goes to punch you, you can see a small, like, speaker or something that is on the bottom of her gauntlet, like underneath her forearm. And not only do you get punched by this gauntleted armored fist, but that speaker emits just a deafening blast as it makes contact with your face, knocking you back and making your ears ring even more as you get blasted by 10 points of bludgeoning and sonic damage.
Ow.
Sonic boom.
As you get punched in the face, the lady in the back in the fancy uniform, she just starts pointing and laughing like it's the funniest thing she's ever seen. So, Mishka, what's your sense motive score?
My total is 9. My ranks in it are 1.
So yeah, she just starts laughing at you and you start feeling real embarrassed.
I did my scoot.
And you are also off target and you get a -2 penalty to all skill checks for the next 3 rounds as well.
Rude.
Uka, you are down to 2 more rounds of that.
Oh, boy.
Guys, I think they have an envoy too.
Maybe.
Yeah, baby.
I'm going to keep up my cowardly front here. I'm going to switch Get him to the closer fellow, the one who did a hit on Mishka.
Okay.
Then I am going to Inspiring Boost Mishka, since he took damage since my last turn ended.
Yay.
You get 11 stamina points back. And that is it for Nevessa.
The soldier who's still in front of the lady laughing at Mishka just continues firing her weapon through the open door. She does not seem to be really aiming in any particular direction. Mishka, you get hit. That 11 damage that you just recovered gets taken away again as another bullet comes whizzing through the door past the 2 soldiers and catches you in your new shiny armor, making it a little less shiny.
I just bought this.
And Uko, luckily, you are still getting just enough cover through that doorway for the second shot to just barely miss.
Okay.
She rolled just under what your AC is with the cover. 1 under.
That was good, coach.
The other guard who is close to you, Uko, she sees the nice punch that her companion made on Mishka, and she likes that idea, so she drops her own rifle, which falls hanging from its strap on her shoulder now, and she just goes to punch you with her Thunder Strike Pulse Gauntlet.
Does 1 damage and my shield protect.
Nope.
No!
You finally get your feet underneath you after making all these wild swings, and just as you like recompose yourself and get back into your fighting stance, she like jumps up and uppercuts you, and just as her fist connects with the bottom of your jaw, that blast of sonic energy comes out and lifts you off your feet, sending you flying back as you crash to the ground in a heap.
All right, well, my shield back up. Just burning through those since I can't turn it off.
Yep.
So using a resolve does what for me? I'm sorry.
It stabilizes you this round, and then next round you can use another one to get back up.
Got it. Then I will spend 1 right now to resolve to not die yet.
Okay.
I use my healing stim on him.
Oh boy.
All right. Go ahead and roll 1d8 and roll high.
Fucking goddamn son of a bitch. That's a 1.
Oh, jeez.
I'm awake!
With 1 HP, you wake up.
I'm not unconscious.
Healing sucks.
Hopefully you can't overdose on healing serums.
And can I close the door still?
Sure, why not? You slap that corpse's hand against the hand scanner 1 more time and the door slides shut once again. And then the door opens up again.
This is keeping some cover for us a little bit from ranged.
As it opens up, another fist, or actually the same fist, comes flying through towards you again, Mishka. The soldier definitely started swinging too early a little bit as her fist sort of clips the door, but it keeps coming through and connects with you, hitting you for 6 damage, Mishka.
2 staminas left.
The woman in the back the one in the nice looking uniform, continuing to smirk. She casually pulls a pistol from a holster on her hip and aims it down the hall at the guy who just got punched in the face by one of her guards.
If she's truly an envoy, she'll roll a 1 and her battery pack will fall out.
Yeah. Here's the real test.
And as you sort of see her raise the pistol, you can see that it has 3 barrels instead of the typical single barrel. And she pulls the trigger, and a burst of 3 lasers come out, one out of each barrel, as they come flying towards you, Mishka. But they all miss as they splash against the door and the wall next to you as she tries to find a shot between all of her soldiers, but is unable to do so.
Yeah, they better be fucking giving us cover.
All right, still from my hiding spot, I'm gonna keep get 'em up on the closest target. So I've been like trying to figure out just like a rules question in between turns. The telekinetic projectile counts as a ranged attack. So I'm actually wondering if instead of trying to damage them with it, I can use the covering fire ability.
Sure, why not?
You can throw one of the grenades on the belt that I have.
Yeah, but it doesn't function like a grenade.
Oh, fine.
Yeah, no. So I think I will telekinetically project, I guess maybe just the pistol from the guy I had looted through before, and just chuck it over, trying to give Uko a circumstantial +2 AC bonus.
Okay.
So I just need to get a 15 on this roll. Hey!
Oh, you should have attacked!
Eh.
Of course, it's like the one time you try to not do damage, it's fucking a 19 to hit with 6 damage.
Yeah. But hey, you know what? That's still low damage. So I'm happy giving Uko more AC more than anything else.
All right, yeah. So you just start chucking items through the doorway, causing the soldiers to kind of take a step back a little bit to dodge out of the way of the pistol that you just chucked at them with your brain. And that gives Uko a little bit of breathing room as he gets a little bit of a buff to his AC.
Yeah, I figure you need anything you can get at this point.
Yeah, literally.
Good luck.
Good luck, team.
The guard near the back just keeps firing her rifle, and both of her shots just bounce around, not hitting anything.
Good.
Now, the one who knocked out Uko catches a glimpse of Nevessa after she chucks that gun, and she also grabs the rifle that she has hanging from her hip and starts firing it in Nevessa's direction.
Opportunity attack? Question mark?
Yeah, sure, but it'll be at -4 since you're still prone.
All right. So yeah, as she begins to start shooting, and Uko just woke up from this, just swings his blade out. I don't think a 16 hits though, does it?
Unfortunately, it does not. That 20 damage would have been really, really nice.
Wouldn't it?
So yeah, you are still groggy and feeling awkward as you're lying on the ground here and try to make an attack, but the soldier takes a sidestep out of the way of your attack and opens fire on Nevessa.
So they just kind of just see someone, it's like head bobbing behind cover and are just shooting, assuming it's bad?
I mean, she just sees motion back there, and that's where the pistol came whipping from, so she just starts shooting at the desk where you're hiding behind. And the desk explodes with gunfire as the shot pierces through the cover of the desk, but it's slowed down by it, thankfully, and only hits you for 11 damage.
Only.
Rude.
Could have been more.
All right, so Uko will heave himself back up to his feet and just closest soldier, full attack, blade on. I need to kill some of these attacking people. A 19 to hit with the first swing for 11 damage, and then a 22 to hit on the second swing for 17 damage.
So actually you aren't able to do a full attack because you stood up, which uses your movement, but that's okay. We'll say that you did a cleave. So you pop up onto your feet. I like to imagine you doing the wing flap where you just do one big wing flap.
Yeah.
And get yourself back up onto your feet. This catches the guard, the one who is get-emmed, catches them off guard. And the first attack hits the first guard for that 11 damage, and then you follow through with the second attack on the guard standing next to him, or next to her, for that 17 damage, and you leave some dents in both of their armor, and you even see blood pouring out of one of them, but the soldiers stay on their feet.
And once pulling the blade free, Uko's just gonna, as loud as he can, just Cedona!
Okay.
Just shout it for the fucking prison to hear.
Don't tell them what we're doing.
Well, too late now.
I'm thinking Uko is just like bloody rage at this moment, as close as he can be.
All right. I don't think closing the doors is doing anything.
I mean, it's eating their move action.
Right. But, I mean,
It's preventing them from full attacking.
that's fair, I suppose. All right, so can I close the door as part of my trick attack?
Sure.
Cool. Then I will do that. So essentially, Mishka is going to be closing the door, pulling them in, and then trying to stab them while they're basically caught in the doorway. That's a 28 on the trick attack, and a 21 to hit with my knife.
All right. A 28 works for the trick attack, and the 21 will hit.
Woo!
So you grab them by the collar of their armor and like yank them towards you. And as you're doing that, you take the corpse's hand and slap the hand scanner and drop the corpse's hand, still pulling the soldier through the doorway, and grab your knife and just stab it into the side of the soldier's neck. And they let out a shriek as the blade pierces through their armor, and the door sort of like closes and clamps down on them a little bit. And then it bounces open a little bit, and you push them back through the door just as it closes. And then the door slides open again.
What?
And the soldier, now with a bleeding neck, just comes stumbling towards you, swinging wildly with that Thunderstrike Pulse Gauntlet.
Sonic boom!
But she is dazed and off kilter and just not sure what just happened to her as she swings her fist wildly and just kind of hits the air around her. The woman in the sleek uniform in the back, seeing her guards get cut down, she just yells, "Kill them if you wish! You'll not leave here alive!" And Uko, you are once again off target and have that -2 penalty, this time for 5 turns.
Fuck.
I don't like it.
And seeing her guards start taking damage, she takes like a hesitant step backward.
All right, feeling like cover's blown at least a little bit now. It's like, I mean, I could try and spend my turn doing a deception check to try and regain cover, but I think I'd rather just try and help you guys live.
Yeah, I mean, we could kill them and then your cover's still pretty safe, right?
Yeah, speaking of reinforcements, how'd that grub train doing?
Yeah, you do see him start moving down the hall. All of them are moving very, very slowly. The Vesk is leaning against the wall, hand on the wall as she walks, and Grub is doing his best to squeeze through the narrow hallway with these 2 creatures strewn across his back.
All right, she'll sigh a little bit and then remark get him on the same guy, and then pull out her static arc pistol and do a shoot against him. Nope, that's a 10.
You pull your pistol out and try to take a shot, but there's so much action with the door opening and closing.
Yeah.
And your friends are in the hallway that it's really hard to get a clean shot, and your arc of electricity goes wild and just dissipates in the air.
I will duck down back behind my cover, and this is why I don't attack.
And the soldier in the back just keeps unloading that rifle. So the soldier lets loose a couple shots. The first one hits Mishka for 8 damage, and the second one, again, just whizzes past Uko like inches from your face.
Oh my god.
The one who is not get-emmed, but close to Uko, she goes to punch you with that gauntlet again. Unfortunately, the cover does not help you this time, as she comes through with a couple punches to your gut, a couple body blow, and you go down again,
I sure
taking
do,
a total of 15 damage.
Yep, Uko's back unconscious and helpless.
But I thought I healed you.
Yeah, well, you know, buddy.
At least these other debuffs go away.
Yay. On my turn, I will spend a resolve to stop bleeding.
Okay, you do that. And Mishka, those debuffs on you wear off as your turn begins.
I'll do the same thing as last turn. Just dash into the door real quick, stab, come back and shut the door. So trick attack. That's a 17 on the trick attack.
That does not succeed.
19 to hit on a survival knife.
It's a 20.
It is a 20, but they get him.
20 get him.
Unfortunately, you go for the same maneuver, but this time the soldier's expecting it and bats your hand away before you're able to grab onto her.
Alright,
Did you close the door?
I close the door, yeah.
Keep it up, team. Here we go.
So, yep, you grab the corpse's hand again, slap the door, it closes, and then it opens right back on up.
This fight is so stupid.
So yeah, she opens the door and just comes charging through at you, going to punch you again. And she clocks you for 8 damage.
Okay.
The woman in the back, who's been yelling and laughing at you guys, raises that 3-barreled pistol again and fires in your direction, Mishka,
Tell her I said don't.
hitting you squarely in the chest plate for a total of 11 damage. And she just sort of like moves to put her back against the wall over here, so she's in cover now.
All right, well, popping back out of cover, re-getting him in that guy, and doing a shoot again. Ooh, natural 20 for a 22. I don't do those.
It's happening! It's happening!
And it has arc too.
Static arc pistol. I get it now.
So I crit on that shot, and it does 11 damage to the get-emmed target, and then 2 damage arcs off to, we'll say, the adjoining one.
Suck it.
Yeah, that electric blast finds its mark, and the soldier goes rigid, and the electricity jumps off of their armor onto the armor of the soldier next to them. After a couple seconds, the electricity dissipates, and the one who you hit is still moving a bit sluggishly, but is standing on their feet, looking tired, very tired.
Beans. I was hoping for a kill shot. Anyway, I duck back into cover.
And the bullets just keep spraying down the hall from that soldier in the back. Oh, actually, she reloads and then takes a shot, and it ricochets off of the door frame as the cover continues serving its purpose.
Woo!
The soldier who is second back, who got the little arc extra damage, she sees Zuko lying on the ground unconscious and saw where that shot came from as well, so she again points her gun back towards the area where Nevessa is and opens fire. A couple shots come ringing out as that static arc dissipates, and the first shot ricochets off of the desk and goes wild into the room, but the second one manages to skim across the top of it and glance off, and you feel it like sort of nick the top of your head, Nevessa, and you take 4 damage.
Do I have to make a drawing of Nevessa missing part of her scalp?
There's like a trickle of blood running down the side of her head now, but it doesn't totally scalp her. No, it just grazes the top of her head. Maybe gives her a bit of a haircut.
Rude.
All right, I wake the fudge up.
All right, you spend a resolve to come back to consciousness with 1 HP.
1 HP and 1 temp. I
Right.
figure it doesn't turn off unless I do, so I'm just sitting there with the shield on.
Yep.
And I will stand and cleave again.
All right.
His one eye shoots open again. He stands up with that big old arcing swing of his samurai sword. 18 to hit.
All right, I'm assuming you're doing the get 'em.
Yes, of course. Sorry, yes. So 19 to hit on get 'em target for 11 damage.
Unfortunately, that misses as you pull yourself to your feet and go to attack this soldier, but once again, they sort of have eyes on you and keeping tabs on your movement, and they see it coming and are able to step out of the way of your attack just in time.
All right, my turn. Trick attack 24.
24 succeeds.
1 additional damage, baby.
That could make the difference.
Are you flat-footing them or are you off-targeting them?
Flat-footed.
Okay.
27 to hit.
connects.
Yeah, total of 6 damage.
All right. As that soldier is recovering from their dodge of Uko's attack, you're able to grab them by their armor once again and yank them through the door and give them the rigmarole, giving them a good stabbing. They are definitely woozy, like to the point where it seems like they are having trouble standing up. But they do stay standing.
God damn it.
Are you closing the door?
Yes.
Okay. The door slides shut. The door slides open. And a fist comes flying through it.
Duck.
And that fist catches you again with that sonic blast, hitting you for 11 damage.
Mishka's out.
Mishka goes down.
Mishka! Mishka! Dun 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 dun, bam bam bam!
Invigorated seeing Mishka go down, the woman who is in the back steps out from cover and fires her 3-barreled pistol down the hallway at Uko.
My door shield will protect me from all danger.
It will indeed,
Oh my god!
as once again the bullet ricochets off of the door frame, which has saved your life so many times this fight.
I'll never forget you, door frame.
And that brings us back to Nevessa.
Well, she's just gonna keep doing what she's been doing. Should I be expecting our reinforcements, in air quotes, to be moving every turn, or?
They're slowed.
Actually, they do like come into the room now, and seeing the carnage and hearing the battle, Grub and the two riding him hang back a little bit.
Good call, good call, good call.
But Mothkala, the Vesk, very weakly like staggers, stepping over the corpses in the hallway and leaning against the wall, points her pulsecaster pistol down the hallway as well.
The Vest is going to keep up Yedem and shoot the static arc once again.
Okay.
But a 9 is not going to do it.
Certainly is not.
All right, and she ducks, and that is turn.
And another couple shots come ringing out from the soldier in the very back.
These are all gonna miss. They're all gonna miss.
The shots do miss, but that doesn't stop the one right in front of you from charging forward and punching you.
Nope, door shield coming in hot. Here comes the door shield.
Another couple body blows come at you. Oh
No,
my
they don't.
god, and they rolled really bad. So, seeing your bonded go down, you go into combat mode. Your instincts kick in, and you just start deflecting these blows as they try to punch you.
Mishka! I'm gonna swing at flat-footed get him. Chop! Oh my god! A 12, 13 to hit.
Plus 2 is a 15 total, but no.
Does it hit them?
It does not hit. As you go for another swing and they just dodge out of the way of your blade.
What kind of action is to use this corpse next to me as a body shield? Not like they can move past me now anyway. There's
No.
3 bodies in a space where there really shouldn't be as it is. Is that even actually an option for me, Nick? Using the door and a dead body to just try and shield myself a little bit more.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, you're large, right? And Dragonkins are known for people riding on them, so I feel like you should be able to carry a medium-sized creature fairly easily.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, if you want to grab a meat shield, go for it as part of your move action, I guess.
I palm his corpse. All right, here we go, guys. I didn't try to close the door, but that's okay. They can't move past me. I got the door frame and a dead body to protect me. It's just constantly going, Mishka! Mishka! Get up, buddy!
All right, Mishka, you are unconscious.
Stabilize, -1 RP.
The one who's looking super duper rough just goes for a weak punch against you, Uko. So she goes to punch you with her sonic boom punch, and you see it coming, and you, holding the corpse, move it to absorb the blow. And it gets hit right in the like lower stomach area, and as the sonic boom goes, its legs like flap out behind it a little bit.
Oh my god!
Now the woman in the back is looking less confident, more frustrated as she yells, "What are you doing, you fools? Kill them already!" And you get debuffed again, Uko, this time for 3 rounds. Nevessa, you see Mothkala, the Vesk, stumble into the room and take like a weak step to catch herself on the desk again. Then you see her raise the Pulsecaster pistol that Mishka gave her, and
Kills them all.
she fires, and the one who's get-em'd sees her appear just in time for the Pulsecaster arc to hit her in the chest and knock her back and unconscious.
Hey!
Did she crit?
No, she didn't roll very high damage at all. Very, very low health.
Right on. I'll pop back up and just give like a nod towards Mothkala, just being like, I know I look like an Aslanti, but I'm clearly firing at them same side. Like, don't shoot me. And get him the not unconscious one.
Okay.
And shoot her. But an 11 is not going to do it, most likely.
11 definitely does not do it. You pop up, giving Mothkala a little bit of a scare. She didn't really notice you there, but then she sees you firing in that direction, aiming at the soldier, and unfortunately, your shot does not come very close to hitting its mark, but it's enough to convince Mothkala that you have a shared enemy at this moment. The one towards the back of the hallway, she just keeps doing her thing of shooting her gun endlessly.
Stop it.
Both of these shots hit the corpse you're holding, Uko.
Oh my god.
This Aslanti guard's body is just getting destroyed as you hold it. The one who is still up, who just got get-em'd, goes to punch you again.
No, no, no.
Once again, you move the corpse just enough to absorb the blow.
Yes!
And then she like ducks out of the way trying to get around the corpse, but you're able to just like move your hip out of the way, causing her to swing and whiff, hitting the air.
Uko now just shifts the body to the side with one hand as he moves in with his blade in the other. Oh man, I can't cleave into the one behind her. So yeah, I'm just gonna go full attack on this one because I don't need to move. I got my door frame and body shield.
Yeah, you got your two shields.
I'm doing great. Here we go. The first swing is a 19 with get 'em. They're both 19 to hit.
Shouldn't have done a full attack. Because, yeah, both of those just barely miss as you take a couple, samurai sword swinging steps into the hallway to try to attack that one who's get-em'd, but she faints out of the way as she recovers from punching the corpse you're holding.
And I go back into my hidey hole of door frame and body.
Yep. This is just a game of two-way whack-a-mole.
Mishka gets up, just like, full of adrenaline. He rolls backwards, lays on his stomach, and pulls out his pistol and aims at the guard that's currently get-em'd and shoots his trick attack. An 18 on the survival check.
That fails for the trick attack, but you can still make your shot.
23 to hit for 6 damage.
That connects as you line up a shot between Uko's legs and the corpse's legs that you can see dangling between Uko's legs, and that shot finds its mark as it catches the guard for 6 damage.
Yay.
The woman in the back watches her guards destroy that corpse you're holding. She gets frustrated and takes her own couple shots, which both hit the corpse.
Yes!
God damn it. She was rolling like natural 20s for everything until now. Okay.
Yes!
Mothkala lets loose another Pulsecaster shot at the one who is get-em'd.
Stealing another kill.
I'm fine with that.
Unfortunately, does not kill this one, but it does connect. But the electric burst just kind of fizzles out anticlimactically on the soldier's armor.
Alrighty. Well, I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing.
You're doing great, Nevessa.
I hit once. That was cool. Alright, so keep up, get him, and hope for another 20. Nope, that's a 6.
You try to follow Mothkala's lead, but don't manage to hit as your electric arc just goes wide.
Yeah.
And those bullets come flying out again. Let's see if the corpse shield continues being so effective as it
Corpse shield and door frame. Let's not leave anyone out.
I know, but that corpse shield is definitely taking the brunt of the damage as it blocks another couple shots.
Yes! Keep going, Corpse Shield, I love you!
I'm going to say you get one more round of Corpse Shield, and then it's going to the point where that body is just too pummeled.
That's fine.
Yeah. So both of those shots hit the corpse, and the one in front of you keeps trying to punch you with her sonic gauntlet, trying to get around that corpse. She goes to punch you once, and you move the corpse to absorb the blow, and this time she expects it. So she follows that up with like a feint and a very dramatic move. Like she ducks underneath the corpse and comes up between you and the corpse. And just punches you straight in the solar plexus, knocking you down and knocking you out as she critically hits you
Oh my god.
for a total of 22 damage.
Not insta-dead.
So you go down again.
Joke's on her. Every time I get knocked out, that off-target goes away. All right, I only have 2 resolve points left, so let's go.
Gotta make them count, baby.
I will stabilize with 1 resolve point.
All right, Mishka.
I'll do a trick attack, and Mishka's essentially going to be shooting while still on the ground and then rolling behind into cover. So that is a 26 on the trick attack,
That succeeds.
and then pistol shoot. Farts! That's an 11, plus flat-footed, plus the 1 from Get 'em. It's only 14.
That's not gonna do it. You're too distracted by Uko bleeding out.
Uko, get up! Come on! They're still in this!
And the one who is ostensibly their leader, the one who is being guarded in the back, sees Uko go down and sees the hallway sort of cleared out now, and she says, "Now's your chance! Finish them off!" So Mishka, you get the off-target debuff for 2 rounds. Mothkala lets off another Pulsecaster Pistol Blast. In fact, this time she shoots twice.
Oh shit.
The first one fizzles out on the soldier's armor, and then the second one you hear just neutered click, click, click as she pulls the trigger and nothing happens.
Cool.
Yep, I'm gonna get him and then shoot my static arc pistol.
Okay.
17 to hit.
17 plus 2 is 19, is not enough to hit.
All right, and duck back down.
The guard towards the back, who's been just shooting wildly, reloads and continues shooting wildly. This time, she gets you as you pop up to fire your static arc pistol, Nevessa,
No.
hitting you pretty squarely for 10 damage.
No. My actual hit points.
Nefestus down!
So now that the big threat in front of her is gone, the one who knocked Uko out, the one who's currently get-emmed, grabs the rifle that is hanging from the strap on her chest and aims it down the hall at the woman who keeps shooting her with electricity, and also is able to hit Nevessa for another 7 damage.
Uko pops awake for the last time.
But it's his last resolve point to get up. So once again, to reiterate, if Uko goes down again, he is dead.
Hauls himself up and grabs the unconscious body. Yeah. And uses it as the shield now.
Okay.
Just trying to get out of here. Then turns and will sway. Oh my god!
Oh no.
10! I think that's a natural 1 though on the attack, so it's
Yeah.
a 10 total. For the lowest amount of damage I can do too.
You grab the unconscious Aslanti, but her body is much heavier in the armor, and it's more awkward than you were expecting. And you go to swing your sword, but it catches awkwardly on your beloved doorframe and gets wrenched out of your hand, so you drop your weapon.
Okay, just gotta keep up the body shield door frame combo. Uko has never looked worse.
Yep.
And never will.
I mean, there was that one time Nevessa threw a incendiary grenade on you, but we don't talk about that.
Wait, what? She did what?
Never happened.
All right, Mishka.
I will stand up with my trick attack.
Okay.
Farts. That's a natural 1 on the trick attack, so 16 for the survival check.
Fails.
And then pistol attack. 27 to hit for 6 piercing.
That shot connects as you catch the guard off guard. They stumble back a little bit and fall to a knee, but then they look up and meet Uko's eyes and pull themselves back up.
Everything's fine, and Uko will be okay.
The uniformed woman in the back does open fire again on you, Uko.
No.
Doorframe, body shield, go!
She takes a couple shots, which both splash against the armored body shield. Another Pulsecaster blast comes from behind you as Mothkala lets loose another couple shots. And once again, Mothkala saves the day. You see her shots hit and spread out across the surface of the soldier's armor and into the crevices between the armor plating. And as it seeps through, the soldier goes stiff and then falls over unconscious.
Oh.
All right. Well, I will get him the next one on the line. And we'll do another shoot. Probably something low.
No!
Yep.
Damn!
It was Nate.
This shot is especially difficult. It's the farthest shot you've taken.
My God!
That's the farthest shot I've ever taken.
One more step, and it's the farthest shot I'll ever take. But yeah, you fire, and this shot just splashes against one of the metal walls and does not find its mark at all. Finally, seeing her two compatriots go down, she drops her rifle, letting it fall to its sling, and charges forward to try and kill Uko.
Body shield, Doorframe, body shield, Doorframe,
She comes with a sprinting punch, and you lift up the corpse to absorb the blow, and you do. The chest plate that the corpse is wearing crumples inward as it absorbs this blow that definitely would have hit you and definitely would have killed you. Which means it's your turn, Uko.
I'm gonna.
Remember, you dropped your sword.
Well then, swift it back to my hand.
Oh, right, okay.
And then I'm gonna go for full attack. I might as well. 13 and 10.
Both of those miss as you teleport your sword back to your hand and go to swing, but between the pile of bodies that are now filling the hallway and the tight spaces, you can't get a good swing.
All right. Well, Uko goes back to Death Corner and
Goes back to hiding behind his meat shield.
door frame and meat shield.
Mishka.
Reload and shoot.
Hey!
20 to hit. 21 with the get 'em.
That connects for 4 damage as you slap another clip into your pistol and fire. And yeah, that soldier takes it like a champ. They don't seem too phased by it, but it definitely connected. The woman just screams. Now she is coming unhinged as her guards are falling and she just screams, "Kill them!" And Uko, you will get those debuffs for 4 rounds.
Oh, will I?
No clearing them by going down this time, buddy.
Yeah, well, no, they'll be cleared just forever.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Always look on the bright side. Silver lining, no bad conditions ever again, because you're dead.
Yep. I can't be debuffed in death.
Bitch.
And she again ducks back behind cover, looking pretty scared. In fact, she disappears from view completely.
Yeah, get out of here, coward.
And Mothkala,
Come on, girl.
she wants to keep up her streak, so she lets loose another couple Pulsecaster blasts.
Come on, get that UAV kill streak.
And Mothkala is just rolling like a fucking champ today.
Yes. Do it, Mothkala. She said she wanted to fight, and she is. Yes.
Yep. She fires one shot that splashes against the hallway sort of between Mishka and Uko, but then she like steadies herself, taking time to aim her second shot, and this second shot critically hits, and you see that electric arc spread out across the soldier's armor again, and they go rigid for a second, but it dissipates after a moment, and they definitely look a little bit more shaken at this point, but they still seem pretty aware. Which brings us to Nevessa.
All right. Re-up, get him, and pray.
Pray and spray.
Nope. 15 though. She's
Better.
She's getting there.
They got closer, so they're a little easier to hit now.
Yep. Give her another 6 rounds and she might hit.
Yeah.
The soldier just keeps pummeling, trying to get through to you, Uko.
No, door meat shield. Come on, guys. Don't let me die.
Another couple blows come swinging your way, You move the corpse to absorb the first one, and you move it so quickly that its legs like fling up in front of it and kick the punching soldier's arm as she's going to swing, causing her to misalign, and she fires this sonic boom as it's like facing the wall, and it comes back and her own fist like punches her in the face.
Yes! Yes, we get the birdies!
Little did we know that Uko is proficient with corpses.
Right?
Alright, Uko, swing. God, mother, father, food, potted, pizza, waka waka.
Yep, mother, father, pizza, pizza, waka waka.
Indeed.
You sure said it.
Death is hard, guys. I'm fighting death, alright? So, like, Uko's not really focused. He keeps having to pull his soul back into his body, you know?
Yeah, I know, it's rough.
Finish him. Her.
Mishka's gonna do the same as before. Trick attack coming out from behind cover. 35 on trick attack.
That succeeds.
And a 26 to shoot.
That succeeds.
For a total of 4 damage.
Every little bit helps. If we hit, that's a win.
And they're flat-footed until my next turn, since I succeeded at both.
Yeah, so you take a shot and it glances off of the soldier's armor, making them stumble back a little bit, but not doing a terrible amount of damage. Uko, you can hear footsteps growing more distant as the uniformed woman runs away from you.
Coward!
And another couple shots from Mothcalla's Pulsecaster pistol come ringing out as she tries to put down the third and final Aslanti.
Got this.
Kill him, Mothcalla, we need you.
She takes a couple shots. Both shots connect. That electric energy wraps around the soldier again, but as the electricity dissipates, is still standing, but is now starting to look pretty tired.
This is my time to shine. Get him in static arc pistol. Go.
You got +3 on your attack roll.
That's an 8. The vessel rolls an 8.
Another 8, 6. Are you sure you don't have it set to just roll 8 and 6?
Yep. The dice just hate me.
She keeps trying to punch you.
No.
Drop my friend's body. I'm gonna punch you.
No.
God damn it. How many times is she gonna roll so badly?
Yes!
Another couple punches. This time the corpse gets knocked out of your arms and crumples to the ground in an awkward heap of metal and blood and flesh.
It's like that scene in Rocky where like the trainer's like holding just like the beef rib rack.
Exactly. All right, Uko.
Oh, God.
You can take the disengage full action to just run the fuck away, but that's not Uko.
That's not Uko. Full attack. Ah! Damn it. The rules, no matter what, they're just bad.
Yep, they are just bad as that corpse gets knocked out of your hands and you try to sort of take that momentum and turn it into an attack, but it's an awkward attack in this tight hallway. So you end up just kind of spinning and bumping against the walls.
If I move here, can I get to here? And would this be considered flanking?
I don't think you can get there because walking over the unconscious ones and corpses would be rough terrain.
I have nimble moves. I can move through up to 20 feet of difficult terrain as if it were normal terrain.
Okay,
Ooh.
well then, I guess you can go there.
Yeah. Is it considered flanking?
Since the hallway is awkward, I'm gonna say yeah, you're flanking.
Yeah.
All right, knife.
Do it.
Debilitating trick attack. Woo, 35.
Okay, that succeeds.
Survival knife.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
All right, that's a 12.
Yeah, that seems about right.
That's a 12, but flanking is +2 bonus to attack rolls. So +5, 17.
Still not enough. You scramble past Uko and over these unconscious bodies to try to get a good spot behind the soldier here. But as you do so, you kind of like stumble and trip. It's maybe not as easy as you were expecting it to be to get back here. And because of that, you kind of fumble with your knife and aren't able to get a really good grip on it before you make your attack, causing you to miss.
Yeah, he comes up behind her and starts swinging his knife. He's like, come on, try to hit me.
All right, so you're trying to like get her attention then?
Yeah, I'm trying to goad her into coming after me.
Okay. Mishka, make a perception check for me.
Sure. That's a natural one, but it's a 13.
Okay.
Blind sense 30 of scent, if that matters.
I mean, Not really for what I was going to tell you, but you can smell the woman who ran back. Her scent is definitely going up to the north. Okay. Mothkala coming in for the kill.
Do it.
Go, Mothkala!
Aww.
No, Mothkala, no, please, God, no!
Mothkala lets loose another couple Pulsecaster blasts, but both of these fizzle out in the air before reaching their target. Novessa.
Get him and shoot. That's a 21. I hit something. I rolled a 21. 5 damage.
The first 2 electric shots from Mothkala fizzle out, but then a third, larger shot comes from Novessa's static arc pistol, and this one finds its mark for 5 damage. The soldier goes rigid and shakes as the electricity courses through her body. This time, as it dissipates, she falls on her hands and knees, gasping for breath, but then is able to pull herself up for one final attack. Mishka takes another massive punch as that sonic blast comes from the speaker mounted on the bottom of the soldier's forearm, blasting his hair back, connecting for 9 damage.
Yep, I'm out.
Oh.
Mishka!
I still have RP, so I can revive, so it's fine.
Alright, Uko's doing Uko. And lunges his blade forward to stab.
Do it.
21 to hit, 19 damage!
Jesus.
Fucking as this person turns around, blade just through their throat.
Yeah, after knocking Mishka out, they turn to face you, Uko, but instead they find the blade of your sword running across their throat, and they fall to a heap on the ground, dead.
And then I pick up a new meat shield.
Okay. Mishka.
Spend an RP to stabilize.
Okay. Mothkala, seeing that last one die, collapses to the ground exhausted. The Pulsecaster clatters to the ground next to her as she takes some deep breaths. Novessa, what are you doing?
Not wanting that last one to get away, I'd like to just double move and get as far as I can.
Alright, so I need you to make a perception check for me.
Novessa rolled a 12 on perception.
Okay, so you see some shadows moving about in that raised control room. Some movement through that window up there. So, Uko, what are you doing?
Turning back to the 3 we've let out.
There may still be more, but the way out is that middle hallway to our ship. Also, use one of these bodies to open the doors. You just need their hand, I think. Good luck with that, tired people.
And then she's gonna follow as best he can, bringing along his meat shield.
Alright, as you head off after Novessa, the 3 prisoners, Talmord's companions, all look at each other, exchanging worried glances, and not sure what they're gonna do yet, but we'll see.
Hey, same here.
Mishka.
-1 RP. Get back up.
Yep.
Did you get them?
We're chasing fancy pants. Lady,
And Novessa will just kind of call back as she's fumbling with her bag. I have a plan.
we need Cedona.
I'm right behind you, big guy.
Uko, please make a perception check.
3!
Cool. Mishka, are you doing anything else?
I'll move up.
Make a perception check, please.
Hey, you're good at this.
Usually.
Do it!
30 somehow.
Alright, so a few things. 1, you definitely smell that woman's scent going off to the west and up. She clearly went up the ladder into the control room. 2, as you're walking by this door of bars, metal bars, you look through it and you see a figure lying strapped to a torture table at the far east end of the room in there.
Okay.
And just as you see that and make note of it, a deafening sound starts blasting from some speakers that you didn't notice are mounted throughout this entire chamber.
Debilitator.
And it is a completely debilitating sound. I need everybody to roll a fortitude save.
Shit.
I'm not good at that. Can it be a will save instead?
Fuck. That's a 12.
Novessa got a 3.
27! Natural 20! I am thick boy!
Nice.
All right, as this sonic wave starts emanating through the room, Mishka and Novessa, as soon as it hits your eardrums, you guys feel like off balance and your head starts swimming a bit, and you start feeling like motion sick almost. And you just turn and start retching, like you are on the verge of puking your guts out. You are both sickened.
That sucks.
Nevessa is going to stagger over to the ladder as she's kind of like fumbling, reaching in her bag, and she's gonna pull out one of her spell gems of disguise self.
Okay.
And she is going to activate it and make her appear as the full armored Aslanti troops, similar to the one that Uko's using as a human shield. So kind of like covering any like distinguishing features. It's like the full helmet so you can't see her face or anything, and trying to keep her lunge down, climb up the ladder.
So yeah, you crest the top of the ladder and you see her in there. She like turns alert and points a gun in your direction. But as she sees you come up, she hesitates for a moment.
No, don't shoot, please. I got past the Dragonkin. Help!
Go ahead and make a bluff check.
So that was a 13 minus 2 for a total of 11.
All right, and I will roll a sense motive against that. She says, "Do you think I'm stupid?" And she retreats back and raises her gun at your face, ready to fire.
You know what? She's just going to duck back down. Like, the way I see it is like she's still trying to sell the deception, thinking that maybe that she's just being extra paranoid because of the situation. So I'll get down to probably like at least like 5 feet down the ladder, but not like the full down to the ground level. So still trying to communicate ineffectively with her. What are you talking about? There's the creatures are loose. Please call for backup. Anything.
Don't tell her to call for backup.
She smirks and she says, "Oh, trust me, backup is already on its way." Uko, you manage to power through the overwhelming feeling of nausea that hits you as this sonic blast comes emanating from the speakers. What are you doing?
Pretty much he's blasting in to look for Cedona.
Where is she? Cedona! Oh god!
And what's it cost to open a door?
That door in particular is bloodlocked.
All right, then open the bloodlock with meat shield hand. Ooh.
All right, you grab your meat shield by the arm like a rag doll and slam its hand up against the bloodlock, which slides open. Mishka, you are also trying to stop yourself from violently throwing up as this deafening, nauseating sound is assaulting your sensitive doggy ears.
All right, not feeling great, but come on. I'll just kind of move behind Uko and put his hand on Uko's like tail or something, whatever he can reach. And be like, wait, listen, things are not looking so great right now, but just remember, don't be too reckless.
What? I can't hear you over the speakers!
No, I'm being serious, all right? Just be careful. So I'm gonna use my action to use a racial ability that I forgot to use almost the entire campaign. Woo! It's called Buoy, and as a standard action, I spend 1 resolve point to restore 1 RP to an ally within 30 feet.
All right. So, Uko, you get this pep talk and you feel a warmth of bonding with your partner.
Ooh.
And through that, you find yourself feeling a little bit more energized and a little bit more motivated, and you get 1 RP back.
Alright, I'll do my best. Now let's hurry.
Can I hand him the incendiary grenade that I have in my inventory?
Since you've only moved 10 out of your 30 feet, I'll say you can do it as part of your current move action if you don't want to move anymore.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
You're much better at throwing those long distance.
Nice.
So Nevessa, luckily you climbed down that ladder a bit, which is giving you total cover, which is giving you a +8 to your AC.
God damn. Can we take the ladders with us too?
So as you start climbing down the ladder, trying to convince her that you're one of her guards, you feel a blazing heat as a beam of fire flies out from the open doorway above the ladder, above your head. Your hair maybe gets even singed a little bit, but nobody can tell because you have that helmet disguise on. But it was a very, very close shot, and it was very, very, very hot. So you got quite lucky on that one. You hear some footsteps up in the control room up there. Give me a quick sense motive check.
Oh, I'm good at those. Watch me roll terribly now.
That's been like this whole encounter.
Nevessa rolls a dirty 20.
Nice.
Just judging by the sound of her footsteps, you can tell that she is moving away from the door, and it sounds like she is getting behind some cover in there.
Getting ready to hunker down.
Yep.
Okay.
Which brings us back to your turn. I'm gonna need another fortitude save from you, Nevessa.
But I'm already sick. Got a 19.
So with that 19, you get used to the sound pummeling your eardrums, and you take a deep breath and you feel like you're a little bit more composed for this round.
Alrighty, that's good. But I think what she's going to do instead is she's going to take out one of the hollow grenades.
Okay.
And as she's doing it, she's gonna continue play acting out here. Oh no! Oh God, no! Please, no! And while she's doing this, she's just calmly programming the hollow grenade, and she's just gonna roll it in to create the holographic image of just like Uko climbing up over the ladder, bloody and very angry looking, intending to do some harm to this lady.
You hear a gasp of surprise and scrambling around up at the control room, but it's hard for you to know what's happening in there.
Yeah, it is just distraction at this point. Now that she's done that, she is going to move back down the ladder. She'll just kind of like quietly turn to Mishka. I'll try and slow anyone down if anyone comes. Hurry up and get Cedona out of here.
Be careful.
Gonna try and like hug the wall here. Try and stay out of viewing range of lady up above.
You start making your way back out of the hallway. As you start heading that way, that deafening sound starts getting a little bit softer, and you can hear and sort of see Grub and Mothkala and Sea-Cheek and Talmrin's other friend out there just hesitantly waiting for further instruction. Uko, I need a fortitude save, please.
Okay.
Uko got a natural 1.
You begin throwing up as you can no longer fight off this feeling of nausea. So you are also sickened, which again means you have a -2 penalty to your attack rolls, damage rolls, saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks.
Moving through the door and continues moving, searching for Cedona. Bringing my meat shield with me, obviously.
You step further into the room, far enough to peer into that eastern section, and you indeed see what looks like a red-skinned android strapped to the torture table in there. As you step fully into that room, you confirm that it is indeed Cedona.
We did it. End the episode.
And you see the red-skinned android is restrained upon a torture table by thick metal bands around her wrists and ankles. You see thin robotic arms that are protruding from the side of the table. Their sharp ends are hovering menacingly over the unconscious Cedona. Thin wires are inserted into her arms like IV needles, and a larger wire is plugged into a data jack at the base of her skull. And as you walk up to her, you see that she winces in pain and a shudder racks her body. And there's a computer terminal at the foot of the table close to you, and there's a progress bar on it and flashing green text that says nanite injection 80% complete.
Oh, right. Okay, alright. Uko, looking at all this, his first instinct is just cut it all, but then seeing the injection, rather than computers, I would like to try with engineering if I could to basically just take out the mechanical bits to just powers down rather than breaking her.
Okay, go ahead and roll an engineering check.
We're here, Cedona. Don't worry, we're getting you out of here.
16 on engineering?
All right, you are able to stop the injection process and remove all of the wires from her. And as you do so, you see her eyes begin fluttering open, and she stares blankly at the ceiling. And then a moment later, her eyes begin rolling around in their sockets. Mishka, I need you to make a fortitude save, please.
18.
You also managed to push through the nausea and compose yourself for this round.
I'll move into the room and I'll check her condition, make sure she's okay.
All right, make a medicine check.
Hey, decent roll, baby. 26.
So you see her eyes just like rolling around in their eye sockets, and then a moment later, her pupils begin wildly dilating and contracting, and it looks like a camera aperture. You have a moment of panic, and then you realize that this is probably her central system going through a reboot, and you notice now that those movements are starting to become more natural, and she's beginning to gain focus, and her eyes are starting to roll around a little more slowly, and finally she focuses entirely on you, and her eyes are still twitching a bit as she says,
Why are you? How are you?
and then slowly, with groans of pain, she rolls onto her side and pushes herself up and rubs her neck where the data jack is. And you hear her voices slurring into tinny echoes as she speaks. And she blinks again, squeezing her eyes. And when she opens them again, you see them sort of settle into a more stable pattern. And she lets out a groan and puts her head in her hands and looks at the floor, and she says,
To think you would be so dumb as to come all the way out here just to...
and then you can tell that the reality of the situation is settling in with her fully, and she looks up.
Oh no, what have I gotten you all into?
Yes, we are very aware of foolishness at the moment, but things are a little chaotic and we need to move. You can scold us later.
It's me, what do you expect?
Can I hand her the pulsecaster pistol that's in my inventory?
She does not look like she is in any condition to fight.
Okay. Then I'll just help her up.
All right, so you guys unstrap her and help her get off the table. And with that 26 medicine check, I'll say that you are able to diagnose that she is completely exhausted. They clearly have been keeping her awake for multiple days at a time. They definitely have been torturing her, and you know that the nanite injections is a particularly unpleasant experience for androids. So just based on all of that, you know that she's going to be pretty slow moving and that she is going to need active support to help her get out of here.
That's fine. I'll pick her up, like put her arm over my shoulder kind of thing, help her up and bring her along.
As you sling her over your shoulder, you hear some blasts from up in the control room, followed by some confused cursing, which brings us to Nevessa.
Nevessa is on a mission, and she's gotta keep moving.
So you walk out and you see Sea Cheek and Mothkala and Grub and the Slavara out there. And as they see you coming, Sea Cheek and Grub and the Slavara move back into the hallway in fear. And Mothkala scrambles for the pistol that she was using that she had dropped.
Oh, no, it's another disguise. Don't worry. We're gonna get you out of here. If any reinforcements come, just keep acting like that, because I'm gonna need to try and play the role of a guard.
It takes a moment for what you just said to register with them, but Mothkala, you see, she relaxes a bit as it sinks in, and she just nods at you. All right, Uko, I need another fortitude save, please.
Ooh, Raggle.
This room is rude.
10.
Oh no.
You continue vomiting as this sound keeps pounding your ears, and Cedona, as her auditory system comes online, she also like cringes and covers her ears.
Uko reaches his big old palm over and essentially grabs Cedona and just to Mishka's like,
I've got her, let's get out of here.
and he hoists her over his shoulder, using his wings to wing to cover her a bit, and then lifting up unconscious guy and other hand as meat shield, and hauls butt out of this place, carrying meat shield and Cedona.
Okay, I know that you are big and strong, but you're now carrying 2 unconscious bodies. So I'm gonna say you're definitely at least encumbered, which lowers your movement speed by 10 and gives you some other debuffs as well. And I'm also going to say that picking Cedona up and doing all that engineering was your action for this turn.
Okay, here we go with Uko.
Mishka, I need a fortitude save, please.
Oh boy. That's a 7.
You begin vomiting.
That's fine.
That's fine.
Move here, first movement, and then move here.
You got -2 to your double move.
Damn.
Running past Uko and Cedona while brandishing his classic pistol and knife.
All right, so since Cedona is basically just slung over Uko's shoulder, I'm just going to remove her from the turn order. Mishka, make a perception check for me, please.
Perception. 30. Damn. Dirty 30.
You hear an annoyed curse come from up in the control room, and as you look up, you see a figure moving behind the frosted glass, and you see that figure just pass through the hologram of Uko and begin making its way down the ladder. And as she pokes her head out, she sees you, Uko, and she says, "What do you think you're doing?" And she points a gun in your direction.
I'm gonna do whatever I want.
She is caught in that moment of shock just enough for you to react and duck out of the way, and you also feel this burning heat as the laser blast comes within inches of hitting you but misses.
Okay.
Nevessa, can I get a perception check from you to see if you have any awareness of this happening?
Sure. Now that's a roll to 22.
So over the din of that debilitator sound, you feel like you do hear another laser blast and some clattering, and you look up to that hallway and you see some movement that looks a little chaotic. So you have a sense that there's some shit going down in there.
Gotcha. She's going to scamper over to the other side. She'll kind of like come around the corner here. She'll see Mishka.
Hello.
And I think I'm just gonna double move to fall in with Mishka.
All right, Uko, fortitude save.
Hey, 24.
Your adrenaline is pumping now to the point where you do not even recognize that sound.
Alright, Uko is just booking it as best he can right now. Bringing Cedona and my meat shield all the way.
Let's get out of here.
You go stomping past your friends and the woman on the ladder who like scrambles to try to do something and attack you as you go by, but her hands are full and she can't really do anything because she's hanging from a ladder, so you're able to just stomp past her and make your way into the hallway. And as you do, you see Mothkala, Grub, Sea Cheek, and the Slavara out there, still looking confused and hesitant. And as they see you coming running out, once again, they look scared. And then they see that you have Cedona slung over your shoulder. They have no idea who Cedona is, but they take it as a good sign, and they all sort of like get to their feet and get ready to start following you.
We gotta go.
Mishka, just seeing Uko run past everybody, wants to try and slow her down and keep her from catching up and trying some shit. So Mishka pulls out his engineering tools and starts taking the panel off the wall.
Okay, make an engineering check.
Shit. That's a natural one for a total of 10.
As you go to pop the panel off, you accidentally rip a wire out with it, and you hear a spark, and you see like a little trail of smoke come up, and the door gets jammed open.
Shit.
That's the opposite of what you wanted to do.
It is very much the opposite. All right, let's go. Shit.
It's okay, there's another door. We can try again.
Yeah.
So the woman continues climbing down the ladder and steps out, and she sees Nevessa standing on the other side of the door, and she goes, "You!" and raises her weapon and takes another shot.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm a completely different soldier than the one you talked to before.
She rolls a natural 1.
Her battery pack falls out.
You see her pull the trigger, and you like wince, preparing yourself for the shot, and you hear a very weak click and a familiar clatter, and you open your eyes to see her battery pack fall to her feet.
Yes!
You know, sometimes it's best just to make sure that it's in all the way and you don't press the battery release. Anyway, bye! She's just gonna run.
You just show her your pistol that's like duct taped together and shit.
Yeah, no, she's just going to book it.
As you book it and reach the southern edge of the room, the door slides open and 2 security robots enter the room.
No!
The robot in the rear steps forward, looks around the room, and sees Nevessa in her disguise, and in Aslanti, it says,
Is everything under control?
Yes, the situation has been neutralized, but they seem to have jammed the alarm button, so the alarm's going to continue going off. But the criminals have been reapprehended and are being returned to their cells currently. No further assistance needed.
okay, go ahead and make a bluff check.
Come on, Nevessa.
Total of 22.
The robot says,
Understood.
and turns and begins leaving the room.
Okay.
While saying this, could like Nevessa put like a hand back, doing like the hold up hand motion?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy. Okay. So Ugo comes up beside the wall here, trying to like get against the wall, stay out of sight, bringing in the meat shield close. And I'll, since I can't move fully, I'll just use total defense now. Just might as well.
Okay.
And that'll do it.
Mishka, you see that woman cursing, trying to get her pistol to cooperate. And I need a fortitude save, please. 10. You keep puking.
Sweet.
Or sensitive little doggo ears.
All right, I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna try to lock this door instead.
Alright. This is a -2.
Yeah. Engineering check. Ciao. God damn it. 12 minus 2, 10.
So this time, you don't break the door, but the door is currently being pinned open by the pile of corpses that Uko left behind. So it is impossible to close it. There's just a pile of bruised meat mush that Uko left on the ground.
Alright, I'm gonna fucking move over here. I'll hang out here next to these boys.
You hear some booted footsteps come running from that hallway behind you, and you see that woman come running down and appear, and as she does so, you see that she's no longer holding her pistol, and she pulls a sword out of a sheath on her hip, and she locks eyes with you, and that's it for her turn.
Now Vessa's just gonna keep up the deception, because Mishka still looks like an Aslanti as well. So him being in line of sight, I don't think the jig would be up, so she would just be standing there just like, yep, everything's fine, you can move along now. Back to your post. In fact, like she's seeing like Uko kind of like moving into position, will take like a step forward just to kind of like body block and maybe kind of like get closer to the east side of the wall.
Just start ushering that robot along, like, all right, come on, back to your station.
Yeah. Come on, you need to recharge. Look at you.
When is the last time you had a day for you know? Yeah, no, she's just ushering the robot out and just trying to act cool and hope that the robot gets out before the lady catches up.
That robot turns and begins following its comrade out.
Yep, situation's under control.
Thumbs up.
And as it passes through that door, the door slides shut behind it. And then you guys see Mothkala pull herself up to her feet once again, still looking quite haggard. She looks down the hall and sees the woman with the sword, and with a lot of haste and fear, scrambles to her feet and starts following you guys, almost panicking, trying to get away. And Grub and Seacheek and this Lavara also begin moving in that direction. And as a reminder, Grub moves very slow.
Nevessa, lead the way out of here. Mishka covers the rear. Prisoner transfer. Come on.
And I will delay Uko's turn to go after Nevessa.
All right, Mishka.
I'm gonna move here where I can get a better shot of the woman, and using the desk as cover, I'll take a shot.
22 for the trick attack fails.
Barts. 14.
14 to hit with your semi-auto pistol. Misses as she ducks behind that door frame that's all dented and shot up. She ducks behind it and it takes one more hit as your bullet ricochets off it.
She knows. She knows the power.
She knows the strats. She knows the meta.
She leaps over those corpses and jumps up onto the desk and swings at you, Mishka, with that sword. And she hits you for 11 damage.
Well, I just had the 1 HP, so I am out.
Mishka goes down once again.
How you feeling about that, Uko?
Rough.
That's what Mishka says.
Got him.
Navessa, you turn just in time to see Mishka get cut down by the woman standing on the desk.
All right, she'll kind of just say to Uko and the conscious prisoners, we can't get anywhere with her following us. Take her down. And she's going to get him, that one. Then she's gonna do a shoot. Static arc pistol. Kia. Navessa rolls an 18. And so that's a 19.
A 19 connects as you see the dire situation and buckle down and just let off a shot for 5 damage. And she takes it in stride, not even losing her balance on the desk, but it definitely connected.
All right, well, good luck, everybody else.
Uko plops Cedona down, call his blade to his hand like already mid-swing, and just with his 10-foot reach, swings at the chick with his carbon steel curved blade. Yeah! 12 to hit.
It's a 13?
Yeah, a 13 misses as you go to slash at her, and she like sticks her butt out backwards and dodges out of the way of the blade.
Damn it.
Grub and the other prisoners begin cowering as they see the woman attacking and the fight breaking out.
Mothkala, get your freaking gun!
Mothkala looks like she is on the verge of collapsing from exhaustion right now.
Well, I use my last RP to stabilize.
All right. Mishka is stable with everything at 0.
Mm-hmm.
And the woman runs along the desk and just launches herself at you, Uko.
Meat shield!
You manage to raise the meat shield just in time to stop her blade from connecting with you, but in doing so, she knocks the meat shield from your grasp, meaning you no longer have your meat shield.
Okay.
Navessa will use her move action to keep the get 'em up on this person, and she's just gonna keep firing that static arc pistol. Navessa came to play. She'd do a natural 20 for a total of 7 damage. And knowing that Uko is basically like a baby's whisper from death,
Yes.
she'll probably like try and goad her. Come on, bitch.
Whoa, Navessa. Oh my. So yeah, Uko now only has the sword in hand, so he grabs it, both hands, and just full attack. Yes, go. We got 24 to hit for 19, but then the second, I believe, misses with a 9.
That first hit connects extremely deeply. You send her flying off of the desk, and she lands in a crumpled heap, but pulls herself back up to her feet. Now she has multiple thick trickles of blood coming from various places on her body.
Uko will hold out the blade.
We just want to leave. You go, you live.
She meets your eye and she says, "If you don't kill me, Ula Vestra surely will." And she just grips the haft of her sword and launches herself at you for another attack.
Fuck.
Sorry, Navessa, but your taunt, it would have worked, but...
Until the 19 damage happened.
Right, exactly. Yeah, so she goes for a couple attacks.
Crit fail.
Even though you are exhausted and on your last leg, you are able to very weakly deflect both of those blows. All right, Nevessa.
Same business as before. Move action, get him. Action, fire static arc pistol. Oh, there's Nevessa.
There we go.
She rolls a natural 1 this time.
Classic. And max damage again. Yep, there it is.
Of course.
You pull the trigger, and once again, nothing happens. And after a brief moment, you feel your gun heating up in your hand. And as you look at your ammo count, you see that you are down 2 charges.
Well, Nevessa was being too badass there. Fate had to step in.
Yeah.
Well, shit. Get him, Uko.
Dramatic sword fight. Go. Full attack. Yeah.
You're gonna get your other wing cut off this time.
No. We have a 22 to hit for another 19. Woo, baby. Or 23 technically. And then a 14 for 17 damage.
Once again, that first attack connects. You manage to get her upper thigh, and she falls to a knee, and she struggles to get back up.
Stay down!
Oh my god. And then she makes 2 more attacks at you, Uko, which you are able to just barely deflect both of them, because she rolled 1 under your AC twice. Throw a grenade, Nevessa.
Just do it.
Nevessa will take out the battery pack, blow into it, put it back in, NES cartridge style. Then she will get him, and she's just gonna keep trying to unload on her. I don't think a 13's gonna do it though.
It does not. You let off another static arc, but this time the electricity arcs off above Uko and the woman's head and dissipates into nothingness.
I'm just trying to not hit Uko, guys.
Right.
You're doing a great job at that.
All right. Trying to cut this chick down. Go. We have a 20 to hit for 19 and another 20 to hit for 14.
Uko, how do you kill her?
Uko, just after giving her 2 chances when he's normally the guy of die with honor, he just slices across her gut and then flips the blade around and slices the throat as she sort of leans over, reacting to that first cut.
And a curtain of blood pours out from her neck and her eyes go wide and she meets your eyes, and for the briefest moment she gives you a look of respect and then she collapses to the ground dead.
Uko gives a quick nod to the corpse and sheathes his blade, picking up Cedona and Mishka. Looks to Nevessa, just,
You get us out of here.
Grub and Mothkala and the others look between Uko and Nevessa like, what are we doing now?
Well, that problem taken care of, Nevessa will go ahead and try and clear the path as best she can.
You walk up to that door and it slides open. As you peer down the hall, you see those 2 security robots standing guard outside of a couple doors down towards the southern end of the hall.
Are there still kind of like alarm klaxons going off?
Oh yes, for sure. In fact, I will say that as you guys were coming out of this room and as you sort of have a second to look around, A, you do notice, of course, that the alarm is still going off, and B, you notice that all of the doors, not only are they blood-locked, but they appear to be completely disabled.
Gotcha. So I'm considering asking these robots to help us, like, escort the prisoners back to their cells. You know what? I mean, they've been keeping the prisoners alive, just barely.
Yeah.
So I think she would just say, like, there are both some prisoners and some guards who require medical attention. Is there any way to get past the lockdown for medical assistance?
They just, like, look in your direction and do not respond.
Open the doors, please.
Maximum lockdown is in effect. No doors can be opened.
It's an emergency. Override protocol.
Unable to comply.
We have soldiers that are going to die if we do not get the doors open. We need to get them out of here and get them medical attention. Protocol be damned. I order you to open up the door to get out of here.
Protocol override requires warden credentials.
Fine, very well, hold on. And she's gonna move back over and close the door. I have another disguise spell gem. I'm going to turn into the warden.
Okay.
Uko would cut off this chick's hand to use for doors.
Wait, when you say this chick, who is this chick? There are so many bodies around you right now.
You're absolutely right. The one I just murdered most recently.
Okay.
Take her hand and search her if she's got, I don't know, key card or some kind of BS that could help.
Okay, so while Nevessa is talking with the robots, you just very quickly with your blade slice off her hand and start rummaging through her pockets and stuff. Aside from her armor, dueling sword, and the holster that the pistol was in, you notice a very small glimmering yellow gem laying on the ground next to her head. And as you think about it, you remember seeing it sort of orbiting her head when she was alive.
Okay, I take her hand and the stone, and there was no she doesn't have any metals or I don't know technology on her then.
No, because as you know, these doors are blood locks, so all she needs is her blood.
Okay.
But the stone is a bright yellow cabochon Aeon stone. While this Aeon stone orbits you, you gain a +4 insight bonus to culture checks to decipher exotic, intricate, or very old writing. In addition, once per day as a standard action, this Aeon stone can be activated to cast Comprehend Languages as a first level spell.
Perfect for Uko. When Novesic comes back, Uko extends the severed hand and
I don't know if you can hide it with your thing, the magic, whatever. But here, it'll hopefully open doors or do something.
Uko hands you a severed hand that is still dripping with blood.
You hold on to that for me right now. I'm still gonna try and get past the doors. It appears we're in full lockdown.
Have your robots blow them up, or I can charge them or something. I got the sword, I don't know.
But she's gonna disguise herself as the woman that Uko just killed with the hopes that that's the warden.
You disguise yourself as the woman whose corpse is currently lying on the ground.
I will walk back out and I will approach the robots once again and just kind of tell them to basically go over there, stand in the corner, look in the corner, power down.
These robots head down and around the corner and out of sight. So we'll see.
Yeah, she'll basically call back to the rest to come along, especially since she knows that Grub's gonna take a long time.
Uko will ask Mothkala.
Take the rear, alright? Don't think anything will be coming up from behind us, but you've got a gun. You can help Grub move along, alright? As best you can. I know you're exhausted, but we can get out of this, alright? Let's move. Ow! 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 Ow!
Bringing Mishka and Cedona. Just trying to squeeze along as far as I can go with my whole turn. I don't even know anymore.
I'll be nice and round it up to 15 per turn.
Thank you.
Nevessa would probably try and override the lockdown and get the door active again while everyone's catching up. So that way the blood lock can be used.
Okay, so Uko and Grub squeeze down this tight hallway to catch up with Nevessa. And as you turn the corner, you see those two security robots facing away from you and powered down. Nevessa, between having the woman's hand and being disguised as her, if you want to make a computer's check, you can go ahead and try to override the lockdown.
She rolls a 16.
I'll say that's good enough because of the circumstances of everything, again, being disguised as her and having her fingerprints at your disposal. You are able to access the prison system through the computer on the door and lift the lockdown. Doing so makes that klaxon and the flashing lights stop, and you see the bloodlock functionality come back online for that door.
Now I've gone from hot dog to hamburger.
All right, she'll take a deep breath and then go through the door.
You slap that woman's hand up onto the scanner, and as you take it away, you leave a bloody handprint on the scanner. The door slides open to reveal that same sort of reception area that you guys passed through on your way in. The prison guard that Uko knocked out is still lying unconscious on the ground, but otherwise, the room appears empty.
I'll motion for everyone to keep up.
As you walk through that second door, you find yourself facing 2 more Aeon guards. One of them who you recognize her sort of like body language and the specific scratches and ornamentation of her armor.
And the name tag.
Sure, and the name tag. You recognize that this woman was the first guard that you guys encountered on your way in, and she says,
"Ma'am, may I please request a situation report?"
Yes, the situation has been handled, but some of these cells were damaged. I need to transfer them to another cell block. I'm taking them to a transport vehicle. If you would be kind enough to escort us.
She looks a bit confused, seeing the prisoners coming up behind you, and she says,
"Of course, ma'am. However, I've cleared the landing pad for the reinforcements that you've requested. They'll be here any moment, and they can also help escort the prisoners. I suggest you keep them behind the bloodlocks until then."
Well, we can at least prepare the transport, yes?
"Of course. Right away, ma'am."
and she just kind of like nudges the shoulder of the other guard, and they both take off down the hallway.
We're doing better than I thought things were gonna go by this point.
Yeah, right?
Nevessa would keep moving, and as Uko kind of catches up, just stay calm and stay behind me. I told the guards that I've conscripted some of the prisoners to help me move.
I am covered in blood and vomit, heavily wounded and armed. I don't think it's gonna last once they see me.
Us, motioning with the two over his shoulder.
I don't know what we can do unless you wanna tell them to go somewhere else or go.
Just follow my lead, I'll figure it out.
Alright.
Nevessa, as you step down further, you see those guards head up towards the northern part of the hallway, which is not where your ship is.
Perfect. As she sees them going in the wonderfully unexpected direction, she'll slow her walk a little bit just to kind of like let them get through and close the door before she comes through with the menagerie of injured aliens.
All right. And as the door slides shut, it immediately slides back open and a group of guards come running out. And the one in front says, "Ma'am, we're the first wave of reinforcements that you requested." And they look up and they see Uko behind you, and they all raise their rifles and they say, "Get behind us, ma'am, we'll take care of them."
No, it's okay, I've conscripted them.
"I'm sorry, ma'am, I don't understand. Conscripted?"
Under pain of death, I've threatened them to move them to their new cells. There was a bit of a fiasco that happened back in the holding cells, and all of the cells were damaged and opened.
I see.
I'm moving these prisoners to the transport. I need you and your men to go back to the prison cells to make sure there aren't any stragglers.
You three, do as she says. And three of the junior guards run off down the hall to carry out those commands.
I think as they're doing this, I think Nevessa would kind of like want to make a show that she has all of these prisoners under her command, and she'll basically turn around and just like, "Stand down, alien scum, and let the guards pass by. And if any of you tries anything, I swear to whatever gods you believe in that you all will suffer."
So yeah, Grub and Mothkala and company, they all kind of huddle down and avert their eyes as the guards run by.
Uko as well, putting head down. Oh, dear. Just holding these two over his shoulders. Oh.
Ma'am, I must say, this is all very out of protocol. Though I do understand that emergencies require thinking on your feet. However, I must remind you that the other cell blocks are full. There's no room, especially for these large creatures.
I'll figure something out, and if not, I'll execute them myself.
Alright, go ahead and make a bluff or intimidation check.
I think since they're same, I definitely feel like I'm going a much more intimidation route than bluffing route. And she rolls a natural 20 for a total of 30.
So these two look over at the two piles of bloody aliens at the end of the hallway and they say, "Of course, ma'am. I can see that you've given these creatures quite the thrashing. It's no wonder you enjoy spending so much time here. We'll secure the cell block and begin assessing the damages. There are also additional reinforcements en route should you need anything else." and they salute you and run off down the hall too.
Yeah, as soon as they pass by, it's like, well, come on, vermin, let's get moving.
Uko will make a show of how weak and wounded he actually is, but, really lean into it.
Bottom lip quivering.
Yes, ma'am.
That leaves you guys alone in this hall, and you know that your ship is just beyond this door.
Go.
Go. We go. We're going. There's so much go happening right now.
You guys get up to the door, and as it slides open, that door to the north also slides open, and you see that same guard and her companion.
Damn it.
Ma'am, the landing pad is ready. This way.
1 second. These vermin were brought here on a transport vessel. I want to confirm a suspicion. I'll be only a moment. Just wait here.
All right, make a bluff check this time.
17.
Okay, and I'm going to roll against that with the sense motive.
We're so close.
So, with your disguise and your clear intimidation of the other guys, these guards are definitely more hesitant to say anything to get on your bad side at this point. And you see that the one on the left here, the one that you interacted with before, she kind of begins to take a step forward, and then the other one grabs her wrist. And they stand there for another moment, and then they just say,
Of course, ma'am. Anything you say.
All right, and then I'm just going to take my alien crew over to the Sundering Eclipse. As soon as the door closes and I know we're not being watched by anybody, it's just go. It's only a matter of time before they find the dead warden.
So you guys find the Sundering Eclipse right where you left it. The cargo bay is still open, and you sprint up, well, sprint as much as you can at least, up the cargo ramp.
Yeah. Nevessa's sprinting. Everyone else is limping.
Yeah. Mafkala, collapses as soon as she gets into the cargo bay.
Oh yeah, Mishka and Cedona are dropped so Uko can help get us the hell out.
Move your ass, Grub, come on!
And yeah, as soon as Nevessa's on the ship, she is basically yelling, Cooper, get us out of here now!
As you call out to Cooper, you don't get a response.
Oh god. Alright, Uko into the pilot position with his basic knowledge of piloting.
Mafkala, if you can do it, just get on the gunner, come on! We need to get out of here!
So you start manually firing up the engines since Cooper is unresponsive, and as soon as the engines begin heating up, you see that red light and the prison alarm start flashing and blaring again in the docking bay. And a moment later, you see the hatch to the docking bay slide open once again, and a group of guards come running in. And they all stand there for a second, looking at the Sundering Eclipse in confusion for a moment, and then you see that female Aeon guard who you just bluffed past. She runs in frantically and begins pointing at the ship and shouting orders at the guards who are standing there looking confused, and the guards all raise their weapons and begin opening fire at the Sundering Eclipse.
On my ship.
Luckily, the shots are absorbed by the ship's shields as you begin lifting off of the docking pad. And the shots continue splashing against the Sundering Eclipse as it slowly turns toward the force field that keeps the atmosphere in the dock. The soldiers all run forward after the ship, continuing to shoot at it as it slips through that force field and pushes out into space. However, before you're even outside of the moon's gravity well, another ship appears on your sensors. So you pull up the rear camera feed, and you see the ship that scanned you when you first arrived at Gulta, and it is in hot pursuit of you and begins opening fire. Roll Starship Combat Initiative. Just kidding, it's the engineering phase.
I'm gonna divert power to the engines, Uko. Just get us out of here as fast as you can. Nevessa rolled an 18.
So 18 just makes it. And you're diverting the power to the engines?
Correct, which gives it a +2 speed.
So you can move 12 hexes instead of 10 hexes for this round, Uko.
Oh, great!
The ship in hot pursuit of you flies by you, opening fire as it does so. Nevessa, you see on your captain / science officer / magic officer terminal that the ship was trying to target a specific system of the Sundering Eclipse, but your countermeasures stopped it from doing so.
Do I know what systems they were trying to target?
No, you just got a notification basically that said like lock on attempting and then lock on failure.
Gotcha.
Willing to guess it was engines? All right, so Uko turns away from this ship and just hauls ass forward, trying to do some evasive maneuvers to dodge death.
All right, go ahead and roll another piloting check.
Ooh, 13.
All right, that fails, which means that you move as normal, but you did not fail by 5 or more, so you don't take any penalties. As the ship was doing its flyby, you saw on the front of it is a very large laser cannon that charges up and fires. It skims right past your ship's shields. It does not make any contact, but the size of the laser as it flies past you is incredibly intimidating, and you know that if it were to have hit you, it would have done some significant damage. In fact, you get a chance to scope out the ship, and you see that this thing is kitted out with a ton of weapons.
Fuck, oh fuck, oh fuck!
All right. Should I keep putting it on heavy burn for more movement, or would you like me to try and generate some bonuses for your piloting rolls?
I don't know, that's tough. We don't even know how fast that thing is behind us.
You got a good sense of its speed when it did the flyby attack. It is definitely slower than you guys.
I'm just gonna keep engineering then.
Yeah, this time let's do that. I think that's a good idea.
So go ahead and make your engineering check.
Come on, Uko, you can do this. That's a 24.
All right, that succeeds. So you continue to have these extra 2 hexes of speed, Uko.
If I may, I'm going to attempt another evasion because I don't know what else is coming.
Go for it.
Pray for me.
Sending you my powers.
Mishka, if you can hear me, I need you now more than ever. My love.
Fuck! No. Okay, we're not evading, but we're still moving.
You failed the check by more than 5, which means that you have a -2 penalty to your AC and TL.
We're fine.
And as you fumble through this maneuver, you suddenly hear a hiss of static come through the speakers on the bridge, and you hear Cooper's voice ring out.
Welcome aboard the Sundering Eclipse. I be the ship's AI Cooper, and what might your moniker be?
Captain Uko Tyrannus Bronte.
Nailed it.
Yar. I don't show any logs of any person by that name being permitted upon this vessel.
Fuck.
Apologies, but all need to be hailing the captain.
And then there is a moment of silence.
This can't be good.
In the meantime, you see the ship behind you in hot pursuit, but it is much slower than you are, which you can definitely tell now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank God.
And then on your guys' radar, you see another object appear nearby the enemy ship, and you recognize it as a missile that comes rocketing towards you.
Whoa!
And the missile is much faster than the ship. You hear Cooper's voice come through the speakers again.
Yar. I can't seem to be establishing a connection with Captain. It appears his comm is offline. Apologies, but I'm afraid I can't allow ye to commandeer this vessel.
And you feel a vibration as the power of the thrusters fades away. And you look down and you see the readouts confirm that your speed has been drastically reduced. Your speed is now 50% until you get this figured out.
Nevessa!
I'm looking into it right now.
All right, Nevessa, make an engineering check real quick.
I only rolled a 13 that round.
So you remember that Cooper's AI core is down in the engine room, and you can probably go down there to try to fix him, but the easiest way to get into his gutty works would be with Mishka's override code.
Uko, just keep going forward as fast as we can. I'll try and get it fixed as soon as possible. She just darts out of the bridge.
Yeah, he's just gonna continue the course, just distance from the moon and then distance from that ship if possible. All the while going to attempt those evasive maneuvers over and over again. Spin in a circle, spin in a circle. Okay. Using the computer. Help me, button, where's the any key? 22!
Hey, that succeeds. So the ship behind you continues its pursuit, and as you pull away, luckily, you see that missile spins out and explodes and disappears. Nevessa, you scramble down towards the engine room to the AI core, and you run up to Cooper's mainframe and begin trying to shut him down. Go ahead and make another engineering check.
Engineering or computers?
Up to you.
Better at computers.
Do it.
Alright, Nevessa rolls a 23.
So instead of doing a manual override because you don't have the code, you manage to just shut him down entirely. So you guys are without computer now, but at least you can move full speed.
You know what? I'll take it.
Yeah.
All right, and then we will say that it's going to take you another round to get back up to the helm, Nevessa.
Is the med bay somewhere in my route back to the helm?
Mm-hmm.
I would at least want to check and see if they're trying to get Mishka up, because, yeah, we need all hands on deck.
So I'll say at this point, Grub has slowly begun gathering up all of the unconscious bodies in the cargo bay and is moving them, but you think that it's probably unlikely that they're going to get everybody into the med bay in a timely fashion.
I think in that case, I probably want to take Mishka to the med bay myself.
Okay.
Because I will be much faster.
So you throw Mishka's arm over your shoulder, taking him off of Grub, and start hurrying him to the med bay yourself. We will take that into account.
Uko's gonna be alone a little bit longer.
All right, Uko, you see the AI panel that is next to the pilot station just turn off. And you see the engine power readout go from 50% back up to 100%.
Oh, good.
Uko is blasting forward and attempting his evasive maneuvers because that's all he's got right now.
Do it.
No computers because Cooper has betrayed me and my trust. That's a 12.
That fails, but does not give you any penalties. The ship behind you continues its pursuit, and you see another missile appear as it fires from its forward weapon mounts. Nevessa, you make it into the med bay with Mishka and are able to throw him up onto one of the medical tables.
Is there, like, adrenaline I can Pulp Fiction into his heart?
You guys have not stocked the med bay with any adrenaline or any specific things like that, so you only have the medical beds and the equipment that comes with them.
Gotcha. Well, Nevessa rolled a 14.
So you tried to just give him the bare minimum, but even still, with all of the jostling happening from Uko's evasive maneuvers and the stress and chaos, you're unable to really make much good progress on him.
I like how, like, the one person who's good at piloting and medicine is the unconscious one. I've got Mishka in the med bay right now. I'm trying to get him patched up so he can sub in for you. If I can't get him up, you might have to get us out all the way.
Missile incoming!
11 for those evasive maneuvers.
You slip off of the controls as you're doing these maneuvers, and now you have the -2 penalty to your AC and TL. And you see that missile growing larger in the rear view feed as it continues tracking you.
Cooper, if we live, you're dead. Evasive maneuvers!
Oh, fuck. 10.
Once again, you take that -2 penalty to your AC and TL, which is not good because that missile continues on its way towards you.
Can I determine how fast that thing moves technically by hexes?
Make a perception check.
17 for Uko to see computers and out the fucking window.
Yeah, with that and the various instrument readouts and the radar and everything you put together, speaking in mechanical terms, it has a speed of 12 hexes. So it is a little bit faster than you at your normal speed. All right, Nevessa, you are in the med bay with Mishka.
All right. No whammies. Oh, that's a whammy.
Oh, that's a big whammy.
That's a natural 1 for a total of 7.
Am I dead? All right, your new character's Grub. Let's roll.
As you are trying to strap him onto the medical bed, Uko does his bad evasive maneuvers and jostles the entire ship, and Mishka just goes tumbling off of the medical bed and lands hard on the floor, undoing any progress that Nevessa may have made.
Now that I know how fast it goes and how poorly evasive maneuvers seem to be working against a missile, yeah, Uko's just like, screw it, and beep boop, beep boop, to try and not outrun the missile, but at least the one shooting the missiles. So we're gonna engineer to boost that speed.
Okay.
Ooh, 21!
That succeeds as you divert that energy and you feel that extra kick of power. You see on your radar that the blip representing the enemy ship starts slowing down, and you check your rear camera feed and you indeed see it turn and head back towards the moon and stop its pursuit of you. As the ship turns to leave, that missile explodes.
Oh, okay.
You continue coasting along, checking the rear feed and the radar for any extra blips. Some time passes without any indication of further pursuit, and you get to a point where you feel comfortable enough to kill the thrusters for about a minute, and you just coast through space until the thrusters cool down all the way. And you manually start setting up the drift engine and turning that on, which takes another minute.
No.
But that minute passes quietly with no interruptions, and you rip out of the material plane and find yourself in the swirling pink and fuchsia clouds of the drift, feeling safe.
Uko just leans in the probably deformed, if not destroyed, pilot seat now. Just...